early beginnings on October 28, 1955, in Seattle, Washington, a boy was born who would grow into one of the most influential figures of the modern world. William Henry Gates III entered a household that valued discipline, intellect, and achievement. His father, William H. Gates, Sr., was a prominent lawyer, tall, firm, and guided by a sense of justice. His mother, Mary Maxwell Gates, was a teacher, community leader, and board member who believed deeply in service and education. Together, they created a home where curiosity was encouraged, but excellence was expected. From the beginning, young Bill carried a mixture of intensity and restlessness. He was not the kind of child who sat quietly for long. He devoured books far above his grade level, sometimes reading encyclopedias for hours. He was fascinated by puzzles and logic games, challenging himself to solve problems quickly. His parents recognized his sharpness, though sometimes it made him stubborn. When Bill believed he was right, it was almost impossible to convince him otherwise. Family dinners often turned into debates where everyone was encouraged to express an opinion. His parents saw these as opportunities to sharpen their children's thinking, but for Bill, they became early lessons in defending ideas with passion and precision. The Gates family lived comfortably in Seattle's upscale neighborhoods. Bill did not grow up struggling financially, but that comfort came with expectations. His parents encouraged him to excel in academics and participate in multiple activities. His mother especially believed in the value of involvement, whether it was scouting, church, or volunteering. Bill was close to his two sisters, Christy and Libby, though his sharp intelligence sometimes set him apart. He could be socially awkward, preferring long hours with books or quietly tinkering with new interests. Teachers noted both his brilliance and his tendency to challenge authority. One elementary school teacher once remarked that Bill had overactive mind and a will of his own. Around the age of 11, Bill's parents grew concerned. Though academically gifted, he seemed bored and restless in the classroom. He would finish assignments quickly, then distract others or dive into side projects that caught his attention. To channel this energy productively, his parents decided to enroll him in Lakeside School, a private preparatory institution known for its rigorous academics and openness to new educational tools. This decision would change the course of his life. In 1968, Lakeside made a groundbreaking investment by purchasing time on a computer terminal connected to a General Electric mainframe. For most schools, computers were mysterious machines reserved for universities or corporations, but Lakeside believed its students should experience the future firsthand. For Bill Gates, this was love at first sight. The terminal was nothing like today's sleek laptops. It was a clunky teletype machine with no screen, only a keyboard and paper printouts. Yet to Gates, it felt like magic. Here was a device that followed instructions line by line without complaint. He spent hours experimenting with the BASIC programming language, quickly surpassing what his teachers knew. Soon, he was writing programs not just for assignments, but for fun. He created simple games, experimented with mathematics, and even wrote code to schedule classes. It wasn't long before he met Paul Allen, an older student who shared the same obsession. The two became fast friends, spending endless hours discussing computers, programming languages, and the possibilities of the digital future. Together with a few classmates, Gates and Allen formed the Lakeside Programmers Club. They discovered ways to exploit bugs in the system to gain more computer time, sometimes pushing boundaries that got them into trouble. But rather than punishing them harshly, the school recognized their talent and gave them new opportunities, fixing those very bugs in exchange for more time on the machines. This was Gates's first taste of turning skill into value. He learned that technical ability could solve problems for others, and in return, open doors. The club even began doing small projects for local businesses, such as creating payroll systems. These ventures introduced Gates to the entrepreneurial spirit he would carry for life. Even as a teenager, Gates showed traits that would later define him as a leader: relentless focus, competitiveness, and confidence in his vision. He pushed himself and those around him to do more, learn faster, and aim higher. At times, this made him seem arrogant or impatient, but underneath was a genuine drive to explore the limits of possibility. His teachers noted his remarkable memory. He could read a book once and recall large portions of it word for word. Combined with his sharp analytical skills, this made him a formidable student, though sometimes difficult for others to keep up with.